Yeah, the unity stuff is bullshit, though, and I'll talk about that in a second. I got a pee-pee first,
this morning with a very emotional arrival. And emotional was a word last night. A former President Trump at the Republican National Convention. This was his first public appearance since the attempt on his life over the weekend.
Yeah, good morning, Gail. Emotion really is the word for it, pure emotion. Last night, as Donald Trump locked in his party's nomination, the crowd here was dancing in the aisles to classic rock at times. And then the former president, as you mentioned, he appeared himself on a big screen and then walking out to a notable and powerful hush in the arena before that raucous applause and chants of "We love Trump," now fully embraced by the crowd as one of their own. As for Donald Trump himself, he did not speak last night, but the emotion was etched onto his face as well, and he is now reworking his Thursday night speech to be, quote, more unifying, he has said.
Dude, also the media's like reframing of the campaign is pretty funny because like JD Vance is like a liberal darling early on, even though they don't like him anymore because he's like super MAGA now. The fact that he went with JD Vance, immediately the media was like, yeah, he's is he becoming more moderate? He's a darling of the Silicon Valley. It's like he's a normal guy. This is going to be the heir of MAGA apparent. Like, you guys suck so bad. Okay, you're so ridiculous. I feel like you treat the American public like they're fucking dumbass monkeys. Okay, they really do. Like they have no respect. I mean, I know we're stupid and we're purposely kept docile by the media, but goddamn, dude, it's like.
And the former president's dramatic entrance capped a really busy day one for Republicans.
Former President Donald Trump made his first public appearance since surviving an assassination attempt, standing side by side with his new running mate for the first time, and showing a rare, somber side amid an outpouring of support. Many in the crowd were moved to tears.
I am so.
Oh, by the way, the Republican Party has always already operated like a cult. They became increasingly more culty under Trump. And now that Trump was shot and survived, oh my Lord, dude. The stuff that we heard last night from some of the randoms in the crowd was insane. But it wasn't just the randoms in the crowd. Did you guys see? We didn't watch this live. Did you see what Tim Scott said at the RNC? At the fucking RNC, chat. Do you ever hop off the Republican Party's meet? Sometimes I'm on your mother's meet, and when I'm on your mommy's meet, that's usually when I hop off the Republican Party's meet. Let me see if I can find the exact moment, because it's crazy, bro.
I know this is going to offend the liberal elites. Every time I say it, it offends them. But let me say it one more time.
Is this it?
America is not a racist country.
Yeah, dude, it was just so funny. Tim Scott literally plays one role in every Republican conference he attends. He's like, what's up, guys? I'm Tim Scott. You might notice that I'm a black guy. And as a black man, I've experienced racism. And let me tell you, the Republican Party is not racist. It is so funny that Republicans constantly talk about DEI hires. And then they unironically do that. Not to say that Tim Scott is not capable of being in the position that he's in, but like they only use him for one reason. And that is black guy who says Republicans are not racist. As a matter of fact, it's not just him. It's every black speaker. Every single fucking time. Every single time. And I'm saying this as someone who's been professionally covering the Republican Party for a decade now. Okay, you go to CPAC, you have a lineup of black Republicans. Every single one of them is going to hit that note over and over again. You go to the RNC, same shit. You go to TPUSA conferences, same shit. It's always the same, which, by the way, is unironically a sentiment that you can only express if you personally think black people are stupid. It is a white supremacist ass attitude to have that, like, black people do not have the capacity to make their own decisions and have simply been fucking duped by the Democratic Party consistently calling the Republicans racist, and not because they've seen the Republican Party and all of its representations in both media and in their own personal lives be white supremacists as fuck. It quite literally is like, you know, a dumbass racist ass attitude. Lol, it's even more racist than what he's doing. That's what you're saying? Wait, what? What I'm saying is more racist than what he's doing? What are you talking about? The underlying notion of the role that black conservatives play in Republican conventions is to specifically say that black people are too stupid they're so stupid that they get duped by the Democrats, that racism, systemic racism is not real, and that individualized racism never comes from the Republican Party. After all, I'm a black guy, and I'm telling you, the Republicans are not racist. Listen to my words. As though black people in the real world, in the United States of America, have not experienced fucking racism on their own and haven't been able to make this conclusion by themselves. Kind of how like the left thinks black people don't know how to acquire identifications to vote. No, voter ID in a country that is only locked into licensing when there's no universal identification mechanism at the federal level is going to be yet another unnecessary hurdle for not just black people, but poor people to clear. Okay?
Every single year, including one of my former interns, Daquan. But there's good news. It's Republican policies that lifts people up. Trump secured our border once, and Donald Trump will secure it again.
Do not say South Carolina Senator Tim Scott is a kissless virgin, please. Do not say it. He is now slated to be married. He probably will be not getting married now that he doesn't have to because he's not the VP pick. But do not say he is a kissless virgin. That's very disrespectful. I think he's kissed one time.
A course for the next 40 years.
Where's the Jesus stuff? Was it in the beginning or was it in the end? Was it in the beginning?
Are you believe in miracles before Saturday?
Here. This is the part. Oh my God. I was looking at the whole speech. He came in hot. I thought he ended it hot. Turns out he came in hot. Look at this. Listen to this and tell me that MAGA is not more of a cult today than it was yesterday, which is shocking for a lot of people because you're like, come on, dude. How much further can they go?
Donald Trump, listen, if you didn't believe in miracles before Saturday, you better be believing right now. Thank God Almighty that we live in a country that still believes in the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and the Omega. And our God still saves, he still delivers, and he still sets free. Because on Saturday, the devil came to Pennsylvania.
Dude, this is like remember, Tim Scott is supposed to be like a quote unquote normal Republican. Yeah, God hated that firefighter, Corey Contemporary or whatever his name is. God was like, yo, fuck that firefighter. I'm bending this goddamn bullet to directly hit him center mass. That's normal in the South? No, the fuck it's not, brother. No, it's not. Don't act like Southerners are like a different brand of human being. This level of idolatry is actually unacceptable, okay? Yeah, if you go into a fucking psychotic far-right Christian church, just stop saying it is. No, dude, you're talking about like 30% of the American population. Please stop. We also live in a time when when religiosity is like significantly lower than it has ever been and only trending downward. And you're over here being like, no, dog, you don't understand. This is how everybody is. Like, no, dude, no.
But an American lion got back up on his feet and he roared. Oh, yeah.
This is psychotic, bro. 30% of 360 million is a fuckload of people. Yes, it is. But to say that like this is everyone is wrong. There are Southerners in this chat. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not saying nobody is like this. I'm simply stating that like this is ridiculous. And even if you were under normal circumstances in a normal congregation, a fucking televangelist pastor chirping like this should be looked at a little weirdly too.
He roared! Yeah! Yes, he did!
This is actually insane. Like please don't tell me this is normal. Please, okay? Don't act like this shit is normal, okay? It is not. Please don't entertain this as normalcy. This is nutso. This is scary. What the fuck? You should visit the South, then you can wake up to the reality that this is normal for lots of people. I have visited the South. I go to the South all the fucking time. This is cult. This is cult shit. This is cultish. And also, you should not entertain the normalcy of such sentiment. He's talking about Trump like he's a Jesus-like figure, man. What the fuck? He's literally saying Trump is God Emperor ordained by God. Also, to go along with the narrative again, that, the role that black conservatives play in the RNC.
I heard a little bit earlier today, if you don't vote for Donald Trump, you ain't black.
I love that it pans to the crowd. The only black guy there is the cameraman. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hasan, I was wondering what you thought about Biden saying if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Both political parties need to be wiped away and we need to start agreeing on ideas and not aligning to part. Wait, what do you mean? I think it's fucking ridiculous. Do you think I like Joe Biden? What's wrong with you? The difference between you and Republicans and myself is that I don't fucking dick ride the goddamn leader of the party just because you think I align with their interests when I very clearly do not. I have the capacity to be unimaginably ruthless to Joe Biden. And as a matter of fact, I am all the fucking time. He does a lot of shit that is worthy of criticism. Call him a genocidaire on a regular fucking basis. The difference is Trump supporters, on the other hand, completely overlook all of these issues because they are in love with the man. Okay, they are in love with the man. Here, look, do you want to know what my opinion on Joe Biden is? Here, this is from yesterday. Last night I tweeted this. Joe Biden had the audacity on a Complex interview to say, I'm the guy that did more for the Palestinian community than anybody. And I said, he killed more Palestinians than every other contemporary U.S. president. Trump's policy set the stage for October 7, but Joe Biden actively bear hugged and refused to stop Netanyahu. I'm so ruthless to Joe Biden that dumbasses like this turn around and say, Hasan is rich. Trump probably be better for him financially speaking. It's so fucking stupid. People have no way of comprehending that, like, you can genuinely despise and be ruthless to the party that you're supposed to be aligning with in theory. Anyway, let's continue with the RNC now.
Emotional just to see him here with us this evening.
Several speakers on night one of the Republican convention made mention of Saturday's attack.
Even in the most perilous moment this week, his instinct was to stand and to fight.
And Ohio Governor Mike DeWine told us Vance's life experiences benefit the ticket.
Growing up in Ohio, difficult circumstances, someone who served in the military, it's a great pick.
Oh, he served in the military. Zero Americans give a shit. Donald Trump literally won the presidency while actively shitting on veterans. You are not American. JD Vance so good. Even your dog falling asleep to your yapping. You not going at Trump like you are with Biden is hypocrisy at its finest? What? You think I like Trump and I'm not going at him, but you also like JD Vance? Is your brain all right? What's happening? What's going on, dude? Is there like a new crop of Destiny heads in here or some shit? Like, what's happening? I'm trolling, dumbass. Oh, okay, nice. Well, here you go. Banned. I like that the trolling is saying that, like, I'm not American. What's next, bro? You're going to fucking call me a sand N-word or something? I'm just trolling, stupid. JD Vance is the only real politician standing up for the rights or workers and the people. You are a communist, psyop, populist scum. Why are you using populism as a negative here while you're simultaneously literally eating JD Vance's, like, light attempts at populism? None of this makes sense. Yo, what happened? Oh, also, another attempt at a political assassination of one of the most important, perhaps the most important figurehead in the Republican Party took place earlier today. It is a real shame that the media has not gotten around to covering it, but I have to. Here's Rudolph Giuliani, trigger warning. Dude, it's such a, like, comical way to fall. Look. Ah! If this becomes the MAGA hat, the new MAGA hat, I'll perish. No. Sean O'Brien endorses Hawley's sentiment that corporations are sold out to American worker, to the DEI and trans people. Yeah, I know. Sean O'Brien's a fucking hog.
Quote, I'm supposed to be dead. That's what he told a newspaper on Sunday. I am not supposed to be here.
You could see it on his face, Tony. I mean, he was solemn. I mean, he almost looked humble, which is not really characteristic for Donald Trump.
He did. He didn't look humble, but he looked sad, bro. I know the media can't get off his dick, but, like, there was a very different energy to Donald Trump. Maybe I'm being parasocial, okay? But he looked shook.
Senior advisor to the former president, to talk all about it. Jason, thank you very much for being here.
Jason Miller, the baby killer. Uh-oh, Jason's in town. Everybody cover your drinks. Real and true. Legally protected in a court of law, too. In a state of Florida, as a matter of fact. I can't believe this fucking creature is still a prominent figurehead.
Very much so. And in fact, here's an important thing to keep in mind. President Trump endorsed J.D. Vance in his Senate run in 2022.
Technically, he didn't endorse J.D. Vance in the primary. He endorsed J.D. Mandel, which was J.D. Vance's first name. And I forget what Mandel's first name is, but like the person running against J.D. Vance's last name, Josh Mandel, which was a really funny moment, too. Are Republicans going with the he hated him, but no, he's his friend narrative? Republicans are going with whatever narrative they can go with. They're just basically saying like JD Vance is like changed his attitude on Donald Trump. Maybe they're going to try to say like, and so can you. Because like you can't say the fucking truth, which is JD Vance is a rat fucker who obviously was getting a lot of clout amongst liberals. And in that process, while he was getting a lot of clout amongst liberals, like liberals were looking for like a never Trump Republican. And he filled that role so perfectly, only to turn around and recognize that if he wants a future in politics as Peter Thiel's blood boy and insider in the Republican Party, he has to suck Trump's dick. So he, of course, turned around and started sucking Trump's dick. Many people don't even remember this at this point, but Charlie Kirk was a never Trump Republican. I know because I fucking debated him. Not back then, but I remember the change that he quickly went through. But yeah, 2015, 2016, Charlie Kirk was literally anti-Trump. Most of the Republican Party lineup was anti-Trump. Difference between J.D. Vance and other Republicans is that he was anti-Trump even after Trump was a candidate.
Potential future leader of the Republican Party, but as vice president would have to be prepared to step in. And I'm old enough to remember when Barack Obama ran for president, young man, only 2 years of experience in the Senate, Republicans said, this guy's not ready. You think J.D. Vance is ready?
Yeah, bro, he's white. Hello? The reason why Republicans were saying Barack Obama's not ready is because he's black.
This is the time where we have to unite America. We have to come together. And Tony, I'll tell you, I was a little bit dismayed on watching some of the various Sunday show media coverage, and even yesterday, of how many in the media and how many on the political left where they would start off by saying we need to bring the country together, but then they'd immediately pivot to some aspect of whataboutism.
Oh, so when conservatives say we need to bring the country together, they mean like, don't criticize us ever again. Cool. Got it. I didn't realize it was like that. Well, I don't know if Jason knows this, but there's an election going on, you know? I personally think it's pretty valid to criticize your political opponent in that situation.
It seems like America has a tendency to snap back to where it was, even after a moment or a period of change. Is this time really going to be different?
This is going to be different.
I'm not going to lie. If you look at the polls, I don't think much has changed. People fucking hate Trump. When he got shot, either people were crying tears of joy or they were crying real tears because they were sad. Ain't nobody was going, I'll reconsider this. Now, having said that, the problem isn't just the people's attitudes towards Trump. The problem is how Trump uses this turning point to retriangulate his messaging and what the Democrats can do in order to shield against that. If the Democrats do not have an effective communicator at the top of that ticket, this is going to be disastrous. It was already going to be disastrous before Donald Trump got shot. It's extra disastrous now.
But the tone is going to be much different. And that's even when you look at Joe Biden, and he was talking about how terrible it was, this assassination attempt. Then he immediately started pivoting to things like J6 and Paul Pelosi. Let's put all of that aside.
Yeah, let's not talk about January 6th or Paul Pelosi and what Trump said about Paul Pelosi. Listen, that's kind of inappropriate, okay? That makes us look bad. And I would like you not to do that, please.
But back in 2016, during Trump's first presidential campaign, Vance was far from the staunch ally he is now, even calling Trump cultural heroin in an op-ed and once in a message to a friend suggesting a comparison to Hitler. But by the time he launched his Senate bid in Ohio, Vance had walked back his criticisms of Trump.
He's like, I called him Hitler in a positive way. You guys misunderstood me. I should have responded with that to the previous chatter who was like, do you ever hop off Trump's dick? I can't even get on the dick, bro. There's a roller coaster ass line up there and JD Vance is taking up the entire space. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't catch a piece of that dick. Do you know how many motherfuckers are eating his dick right now?
Further ado, joining us now, Marine, Senator.
Bringing up the Marine background of like pussy ass liberal Silicon Valley VC guys is the Democratic Party move. That's not the Republican Party. They are literally copying the Democratic Party's flow. We do that. That's our thing. We got a bunch of bitch ass like, oh my God, I'm so soy. But like, I served in the Marine Corps. It's not even Pete Buttigieg. It's like John Kerry. Like, there's so many examples of the Democratic Party. I love that you guys simply immediately went to Pete Buttigieg. That's like such a classic Democratic Party move. It's kind of crazy that the Republicans are doing that now.